All right, good morning. A couple things I wanted to go over is, like I mentioned in my other log arch video, probably one of the most appealing things about this trailer, other than the fact that it moves logs for me, is that I can mill on it. I really didn't like being on the ground the whole time, and what this does is basically put it at waist height for me. You can see the top cut's already done, but why I'm using the ladder again is because there's this piece that's kind of tapered off in the back here, and that'll allow me to be able to get out of the cut a little easier. So if you find yourself in this situation, an easy thing to do with the ladder is use these cheap Harbor Freight clamps, and then I just put one little screw in the face there. That's going to get cut back anyway, and that basically holds it from sliding around while we do our first cut. So today I'm using my Stihl 661C. It's got a Forrester 52-inch bar on it, and normally I run a ripping chain with this setup, but last week I hit a screw that I put in the log and I dulled it, so I used the chain that came with it, which is just a standard crosscut chain, just because I wanted to get the log cut, and the results were pretty good. So I'm going to show you guys just using that standard chain there. I will be using my auxiliary oiler because our cut on the far side is 38 inches wide. So I like to run a little cooler on the bar if I can. But let's get to milling and show you what this can do. All right, so taking a look at that grain, this tree looks really good. It does have a bark inclusion that runs up the middle, but usually if there's enough wood on either side, it remains pretty stable. So elm is beautiful wood. I know a lot of people don't mill it, but I love it. I've made some incredible furniture out of it. You can see a lot of this here will get stabilized with epoxy, and it's just got a ton of really great figure in it. This piece was a little heavier when I lifted off. I bet it's about 250 pounds. This tree is soaking wet. So with my climate here in Reno, Nevada, honestly about a year and 3 months is what I've been averaging to dry these. It gets really hot and this seems to dry relatively quick. So some really amazing figure there. Definitely maxing out the 661. As you can see, the crosscut chain worked really well. I always say the proof is in the rooster tail of chips that you're spitting out, and hopefully I captured on the video. This thing was cranking. So I'm not saying that I'm going to choose this chain over my ripping chains in the future, but as a backup, this worked really well. I'm still eyeing that 880. Definitely, this piece is 38 inches at the base, and there's no doubt that the saw was working hard on that one. So thanks for coming along, and enjoy the rest of your day.